Hi, I'm Tom Bradley and welcome to the first of 10 lessons on hybrid drumming that I'll be delivering for Rhythm Magazine. Throughout this series, I'll be taking you from using very basic hybrid setups all the way through to expanding and layering your kit using triggers and sample pads. In this first session, I'm going to show you how to use an electronic pad and a sound module to expand your existing drum kit. And then I'm going to show you some musical examples to help you incorporate this into your playing. So this is the electronic drum pad. It probably looks fairly familiar. This one's a Roland PD8 pad, which I've just taken from an electronic kit. So some of you might have the same sort of thing at home. So if you do, go and see what you can find. So in order to get this thing to actually make any sound, we need to plug it into something called a module. So in this case, I have something called a Roland TM6 Pro, but anything will do. They come in all sorts of shapes and sizes, different brands once again. For those of you that do have electronic kits at home, grab the drum brain, the module, and grab one of the pads and get yourself started. To get this connected, we're going to take a jack cable and simply plug it in here and then plug the other end into the module. So we've plugged the drum pad into input number 5. So I'm going to start by pressing the 5 and then menu, instrument, and then they're set to off. So I'm going to go through and select the sound that I require. In this case, it's the clap, and then I can choose which clap I want. And in this case, it's the room clap. So next you'll need to plug your sound module into either a pair of headphones or some speakers. And in this case, we've gone with speakers. So you should now be able to hear your sample. And we've got our lovely hand clap sound. So once again, we've achieved this hybrid setup using very little gear. Some of you might even have the right equipment at home already on an electronic kit. If not, see if you can borrow it from a friend, or maybe even go out and buy yourself something. You could start with a reasonably entry-level product, or you might even decide to treat yourself and get something with all the bells and whistles. So now we're going to look through some playing examples. The first exercise, all we're going to do is take a straight groove and replace the backbeat, which would normally be on the snare drum, with our pad playing the hand clap. So as you can hear, this is a relatively straightforward groove. So all you need to do is make sure that you've got it nice and tight and then play along with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three, four. So in exercise 2, we're going to layer the snare drum on top of the hand clap. To do this, we're going to move the right hand over to the snare drum whilst we play the pad with the left hand. Let's have a listen to that one. So as you can hear, the challenge there is to make sure that we're hitting the pad and the snare drum in complete unison, trying to avoid any flamming. Try giving this one a play along with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three, four. So for exercise 3, we're going to introduce some ghost notes. We're going to keep the main 2 and 4 on the hand clap, and then we're going to play the offbeat 16ths on the snare drum in between. So as you can hear, this example is a little bit more involved due to the movement of the left hand from the electronic pad to the acoustic snare drum. So let's start by playing that along together slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we've got that together nice and slow, let's take it up to speed. 1, 2, 3, 4. So as we move into exercise 4, we're going to follow the same concept of playing both the snare and the electronic pad together, but we're going to keep the ghost notes on the snare drum as they were before. Let's start off by giving it a listen. So there's nothing new to deal with here per se, we're just combining exercises 2 and 3 together, but what you will want to watch out for is the movement of the left hand again from the electronic pad to the snare drum, but also the movement of the right hand from the hi-hat to the acoustic snare. So let's start off by playing this one slowly together. 1, 2, 3, 4. So hopefully that's all come together. If not, repeat slowly again, and then let's play it together at speed. 1, 2, 3, 4. So in exercise 5, I've created a 2-bar loop based on the James Brown groove Cold Sweat. So in the first bar, the snare drum on beat 4 is moved to the and of 4, and then in the second bar you just get standard 2 and 4 backbeats. This is obviously quite a lot more complicated, but follows the same concept as the previous example. So just make sure that you've got all the ghost notes in the right place, everything really tight. Again, playing really slowly, and then let's play it together up to speed. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three, 4. So you've probably guessed what's coming already, but let's have a quick listen to exercise number 6. So similar challenges as discussed before. For instance, when we play the hand clap and the snare drum together, we want to make sure they're landing in perfect unison. We don't want any accidental flamming. Also, when we play the ghost notes, we want to make sure not only that they are accurate in terms of their 16th note position, but also that they're nice and delicate as well, because ultimately as we speed up, you're just going to get a much nicer sounding groove. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three, 4. So that brings this issues lesson to a close. I hope you feel like you've got something out of that. Please do join me next time where we'll be taking things up a level, talking about more involved hybrid setups and connectivity.